Hello friends. So in previous lecture video we learned about the functionality available in Home tab. Now we will look into our Transform tab and its functionality available to us. So I have loaded some dummy data. Just I have prepared to demonstrate the functionality that we can perform in Transform tab. In the first here, you see there's a group by. We talked about group by in the recent lecture. This is the same functionality which is available in Transform. Use first row as header. As you know, we can promote our first row as a header. The same functionality. There's a transpose. Just like in Excel, we can transform our column into rows and rows into columns. So we can do that the exact thing in Power Query. If I go into transpose query, so there are two rows. One row is month, which is giving me July, August, September, and then another row is sale, which is giving me the sale of a month. And I want to make a column of it. I want a month column and I want a sale column. So for that purpose, I'll just click on transpose, and it transfers all my rows into columns. And I want to promote my first row as a header, and then I click on the first row as header. So yeah, now my data is transformed and it is ready to use in my Power BI. Other thing is reverse rows. When I click on reverse rows, it basically change the order of the rows. The December will be on the first row and the July will be in the last one, and it's basically reverse your rows. I click on it, you see it's reversed my rows. If I click on count rows, it basically give me the count of the rows available in the table. So there were six rows, so it gave me the count of 6. Let me delete some changes that we have made. Okay, back to transform. The data type text is the same functionality that we explored earlier. We can change the column type from this functionality. We have this functionality also in Home tab, and we can also click this icon adjacent to our column name and change the text data type of a column. And if for some reason Power BI fails to detect the data type of a column, we can click on just detect data type, and it will detect the type and change the type accordingly. We can also click on rename to rename a column, and we can also click on replace values. Just like before, we can replace any value with another value. Like if I click on replace value and I want to replace July with August, so you see there is a July coming here. When I click on OK, it changed the July into August. Yes. There is a functionality fill. For fill, there is a dummy data. This data is basically showing me the store, the day, and the sale, and it is basically give me the daily sale or occurring in a store. So what the data operators done, it just filled the store number only on the first row of the week and kept the rows underline it blank, so it is giving me null. But for my purpose, for Power BI, I want to iterate the store in the uh, in the coming rows, but I need to be careful that store 1 only fill up till the Sunday, and when store 2 start, it should fill the store 2 for the next Sunday and store 3 for the next Sunday. So for this purpose, is the functionality similarly available in Excel. We just need to click on the column. I'll click on the fill and I'll click on down. Here it filled the store, and you see in for the first 7 rows it filled the store 1, for the next 7 rows it filled the store 2, and for the other next 7 rows it filled the store 3. Our next two functions are pivot column and unpivot column. These are something like very important functions. First we'll see the unpivot column. So I have a data here. The data is basically showing me the month and some KPIs like sale, cost, profit, some attribute in the column. And just imagine if I have around like say 20 attribute, then it will show me the 20 columns with the relevant figures lying there. So I don't want data to be this messy. I just want to get a month column, the attribute column, and the amount relevant to that attribute on a certain month column. So there should be a 3 columns for me to digest it and prepare that more functioning DAX. So what I need to do, I'll just click on month, and there in unpivot I click on unpivot other columns. So you see it created that attribute in the rows and gave me the value corresponding to that attribute against the month. So here I just converted my 4 column table into 3 column table, and it is more easy to adjust, digest, and more easy to understand what is going on in my data. So in July there are 3 attributes: sale, cost, profit, and these are respective amount. Then in August there are 3 attributes: sale, cost, profit, and this is the relevant value. Similarly in pivot column, if I go into this and I want to this a month, there is a type. The type, you see there, you can say it's a data type, or you can say it's a product type, and I want every product type in the different column. So what I need to do, I just have to pivot both these column against the month. So I selected the both of these column and click on pivot column, and I wanted to basically the value should be in my column values, and the type will be my header. So I'll just OK, and you see the type is now in my header and the value is pivoted against the month. So basically you see pivot and unpivot just help you to transform your data to make it more usable for your needs. Similarly in move, I can move a column to a certain position. Like if I click on AC and I click on move, and I want to move it to the beginning, I click on the to the beginning, it is now in the start. You can also just click over it and move by moving your mouse to any position you want. In the split column, like previously, it's the same functionality. We can split the column by delimiter, by the number of characters, by special delimiter. In the format tab is the same functionality that we explored. Like if I click on format and want my month all to be in uppercase, I'll just click on uppercase, and all of the letters are in uppercase. Similarly, if I want to capitalize each word to make it a proper, I can click on capitalize, and my starting word is now in capital. It's making a proper formatting. And I can also add a prefix and suffix. Like in suffix, I assume that it is a 2022. I click on OK. So that's just, I guess, 2022. I can also extract my data from a column. Like I want to extract certain amount from this column. So I just want that only, you say, month come here and don't note the year. So I will write that I want to extract the text before delimiter, and my delimiter should be space. I click on space and I click on OK. So yeah, it deleted that number after that delimiter of space. I can perform various functions. I can also give it the command to extract the string value by length, by first character, by last character, and similarly in statistics, statistics basically perform some aggregation function and some non-aggregation function on your data. Like if I've selected a month, and the month is a text field, and I click on statistics, you see only all of that are disabled. Only just count values and count distinct values is enabled. When I click on count values, it give me the count of the values in that month column. It is 5, and if I click on the distinct value, it will also give me 5 because all of them are distinct. If I click on unpivot, okay, so by here if I click on transform, click on distinct value, should give me 3 because July, August, September is all, these are the three distinct, and if I go into count, it will give me the 9 number. But if I click on a column which is have a data type of a whole number or decimal number, so some other aggregation statistics will open, like sum minimum. If I click on sum, it will give me the sum of that column, and if I click on max, select that column max, it will give me the maximum. So by this functionality you can understand your data better, that how your data is apportioned, and how my what is the max and min of your data, or how many count are you in data. So yeah, so this is the basically everything about you can learn in transform. There are some you can also run R script and Python. If you know how to write Python script and R script, you can run it in transform tab. In the next video we'll learn about add column, and in my opinion add column is a very powerful functionality available in Power Query, because in this tab you can add conditional column and custom column, and you can also write some custom function that you can invoke while creating a column. So you can store many function here to automate your work and invoke those function whenever you need it.